Hello to all my direct sales friends. If you are in the direct sales business, network marketing, social selling, thank you for hanging out with me today on the Cannon Plan and Game Plan Live. My name is Wendy and I'm a direct sales planner coach. I help you be able to build goals, develop habits, and manage your tasks in order to be better with your business and be able to manage your time better so that you can take back control of your 24 hours. So, over the course of the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how to build the perfect direct sales planner. I shared with you guys my perfect direct sales planner and what I plan on using going into 2025. And so I wanted to spend some time over the course of the next couple of weeks talking about each individual insert. Last week, we talked about the month on one with notes insert, which I absolutely love for direct sales business. I talked about some different reasons why you can utilize that particular insert in your direct sales business. This week, I want to talk about one of probably my most favorite inserts in regards to goal setting. And I talked about this in the workshop that I did at the beginning of December, and that is the goals and habits tracker. So what I want to do with that is a couple of things. One, I want to show you how I have mine set up for January. I want to give you a walkthrough of what my past year of habits has looked like. And then I am going to share with you guys the two other versions of goals and habits trackers that Tula 12 has. Now, I am partial to a vertical style. You will see that. And I will explain the benefits and the disadvantages of using the other two styles. But I'm going to share them with you because I know every person is unique in their planning style, and I don't want to deter you from using something that would work better for you. So let's hop over and take a look at the setup of a goals and habit tracker, what it looks like. So this is the vertical style. Again, I mentioned there are two other styles of habit trackers with Tula 12. This one is set up with a place for you to do goals. This will do an entire year for you. I believe there's actually 11 months in here so that you have the ability to, like, if you don't get yours ordered in time, you can actually start with one. A place for you to write goals and notes, a place for you to do weekly habits to track. And we're going to talk about how I use this one differently. And then on this side, we're going to be tracking it using a daily tracking system, which is what the purpose of most goals and habits trackers are. So here is my January content plan or January setup already done and put together. So I like to plan some goals that I am working towards, that I want to make sure that I keep consistent with. And that's really what it comes down to with using a goals and habits tracker, is to help you be more consistent. So on mine, I have content planning at 95%. I have newsletters 3 weekly, YouTube 8 videos, blog post 4 blog posts a month, Pinterest 10 blog posts and 5 videos, 2K in my sales. And this over here says 12-week goals, but I have not set my 12-week goals for 2025 yet. And so I will fill those in when I get there. I'm going to skip this part. We're going to go over here and take a look at this. So on this side, I have all of those things that I said I wanted to track written out. And I'm going to turn this so that you guys can see a little bit better. So this says newsletters. I said I wanted to do 3 a week. So I have a place where I can track when I send out my newsletters. Then I have several places where I am on for social media. So the Plan in Place is my membership group. VI Planners is my VIP group. Harmony Heroes is my team group. Business page, where some of you might be watching me today. The Craft Hub, which is it's a group that is specifically for my team and customers. Instagram and TikTok. So those are all like content based. Then I have a spot for YouTube so I can track when I do my videos. I have a place for blog posts, and then I have a place to track Pinterest. Now, these all are designed to help me to be more consistent with showing up in social media platforms for my business. You will notice that I don't have anything specifically written here for anything over here for my 12-week goals. And the reason for that is my 12-week goals are usually pretty project based. And so I like to track what I'm going to be doing for the first 4 weeks. And then I track whether or not I accomplish that over here. So this section, if you remember in the blank version, it says weekly habits to track. I do not use this like a traditional weekly tracker. I instead use this as a way to do my reflection. And I'm going to show you some examples in a minute. But what I do is I take all of my goals and I write them down here. And then at the end of the week, which happens to be Monday when I do accountability in our membership group, I write in here what percentage I did or how many things I completed. So what is my content percentage? How many newsletters did I write that week? How many YouTube videos did I send out? How many blog posts did I write? How many Pinterest pins did I create? Where am I currently at for my sales? And yes or no, I completed my 12-week goals. Sometimes the 12-week goals are something that I can measure by a percentage. And so I put that there. Some of them are just simple tasks that I need to get done over the course of the week. Did I do something with my goals helping me move into the next part of the particular goal that I'm working towards? So this is a January setup. I'm going to share with you guys what a current setup looks like. So this is December. You will notice that many of the goals are the same. And that's because I felt like right now I'm in a place where I don't need to like push to the next level because I'm working on some big projects. So I don't want my daily goals to take away from the time that I am working on what I have for my 12-week goals. So I've got, again, content planning, 95%, weekly newsletters, YouTube videos, blog posts, Pinterest, and sales. And then I track all of these things on a daily basis. They are color-coded by the content planning that I do, especially for my social media channels. So those are color-coded so that I can track them a little bit easier. And then I've done a review. Normally I would have done a review today, but I didn't because I'm technically on vacation. So I didn't go through and do a review today. But looking at my content plan for the first 2 weeks, I was at 95% and 97%. Newsletters, I wrote 3 and 3. YouTube videos, I did 2 and 2. 2 blog posts. I didn't get any Pinterest done the first 2 weeks, but I have time to be able to schedule that in still. My sales, I was at 74% as last week, and I'm 23% of the way to one of the goals that I was working on up here. All right, so this is something that you can utilize over the course of many months, tracking and seeing what you are getting better at or what you might need help with. So remember I talked about at the beginning that the real purpose of using a goals and habits tracker is to help you stay on track with your goals. It also is a great reflection tool. What's working, what isn't working. And I started to notice, I'm going to tell you a quick story. While I was doing this particular planning, I was finding that I was really struggling in one particular area of my business, and it happens to be Instagram. You can see all of my blank spaces here. By February, I realized that it was really tanking my content plan, and that's because there were some things that I didn't love about Instagram, and I needed to go in and do a little bit of research and find out how I actually wanted to show up for my target market and keep in mind what I wanted to share with them as far as like value, content, those kinds of things. So I took a hiatus from Instagram. I did not do it in February, or I didn't complete it in February. I didn't do it at all in March. April, I didn't have it at all as well. Got to May, I still don't have any Instagram. Also in May, I had a really rough time with my content because during this month, I had a son who was graduating from high school. I was painting my house, planning a graduation party, and I was running a workshop. A lot going on, not very great with my goals. And I'm not afraid to tell anybody that this is what the situation is because it's real life and it happens. I didn't have Instagram in June, and I didn't have Instagram in July. That meant I took probably like 6 months off from participating in Instagram, and then I brought it back in August and noticed that I had a lot better showing up for my Instagram in August because I had a plan. I took 6 months. I did some reevaluation. I figured out what was going to work for my target market, how I could show up for them, and how I wanted to present myself. So just because I wasn't having success here doesn't mean that I didn't use this tool to help me realize where I can make changes in my business. And I wouldn't have known this. I would have kept doing it if I hadn't been tracking it every single month. And this is what the purpose of a goals and habits tracker is for you to, one, not only say, yes, I did that and get those amazing quick wins and that instant gratification of completing something, but also realizing when something isn't working and you need to make some changes, you can physically see that that change needs to happen by how you are showing up in your business in that particular area. And so that is one of the reasons why I have fallen in love with using this particular insert. Now, the other thing that I promised you is that I would show you 2 other variations of this particular insert. The first one is the horizontal version. Let me kind of blow this up so that you can see. The horizontal version has 3 distinct sections in it. It has a daily habits where you can track every single thing that you're working on over the course of the 31 days, 30 days, however many. Also has weekly habits, but not very many. And then it also has monthly habits, things that you check off on a monthly basis. Here are the pros to this particular insert. One, you can track those daily, weekly, and monthly habits. There is specific spaces for them. This is also something that I would probably see being used by somebody who may not be in direct sales. So if you're tracking personal habits, maybe you're tracking weight loss, checking your food intake, all of those kinds of things for like maybe a personal habit. This would be a great insert for this. On the con side, for a direct seller, one, there are not very many daily habits, which is fine if you're just getting started with the daily habits section and you are just learning how to track habits, then this would be a great place for you to be able to start. However, there isn't any place for you to write your goals except for that small box in the top right-hand corner, which you can totally do if you're only working on one goal. Fantastic. Those of my people who are a little bit more advanced are going to want a little bit more room to be able to manipulate. 2, there is a weekly habit section, but if you are tracking those as an accountability situation like you did with the vertical version, then you wouldn't be able to do that because the daily habits and the weekly habits do not match as far as like how many spaces that you have available. Also, on a monthly habit standpoint, I use a different insert to track my monthly things that I need to do once a month, like check my social stats, do my monthly financials, those kinds of things. I have a specific place that I keep those. So that would be wasted space on this particular insert for me. However, it is a great layout. I'm not a horizontal person. So if you choose to use this style, fantastic. The whole point of using a goals and habits tracker is for you to be better at your consistency. And if this is going to work for you, then this is a great place for you to start. The other option that is available is for all of my micro lovers out there, which are the micros are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. The inserts are 3 by 4. And this would be a great way for you to be able to track 1, 2, 3, or 4 habits on a monthly basis. This is also a very portable version. Our CEO and owner, she uses this to track her exercise and moods, which is great. On a personal level, this is a fantastic way to like dive in and start getting consistent on up to 4 inserts or 4 habits per month. If you are in direct sales, this would be a really interesting way for you to like track. Maybe you're on one social media channel and you just want to track how you do over the course of that particular channel. Great. Grab this. This would actually work for 4 months instead of 1 month with 4 habits. You could use it as a quarter instead of like a month. And you could do 1, 2, 3, 4 months, or maybe a third. I guess it wouldn't be a quarter. It would be in thirds, however you chose to do it. But you can track more than one habit over the course of the time. So all of these are great instances. I did want to make sure that I take time to share with you guys today some different options that you have available. But definitely if you are in direct sales, this is going to be an insert that you're going to want to grab and add to your direct sales planner, especially if one of your goals for 2025 is to be more consistent. You actually use your goals and habits tracker to track your consistency level. So I love that. I love being able to use this one. It is definitely something that the people in the membership group, the Plan and Place, use religiously. We love dots in there. So if you ever are part of one of our workshops, you will hear us talking about dots all day long. It is this insert that brings us that happiness and joy, and knowing that we can look back at it over the course of the month and realize where we have come, what we might need to work on moving into the next month. And there's no judgment in using a goals and habits tracker. It is really there for you to be able to work on your own consistency, helping you to reach forward on goals that you might be working towards. And these things are going to be things that help you get there. So friends, if you are in the market for building goals, developing habits, and managing your tasks, continue to follow along with Cannon Planning. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday season, and I will see you right back here on Monday for the next Game Plan Live. Bye, friends.